Welcome back, you absolute stellar legends. Today we are going to be reviewing Season 2, Episodes 1 and 2 of The Rings of Power, the Amazon exclusive. So the first thing I want to talk about is the first season. So the first season was one of the worst shows that we have seen in a long time, especially considering the nearly $1 billion production cost that the season had. There was something wholly from top to bottom unlikable about the show, from the story to the acting and everything. So the one thing that has always stood out to me, even from the first episode, the first few minutes of Season 1, was how arrogant, like every single actor in the show for Series 1, there was some sort of arrogance behind them. So don't forget, when you're in a show or a movie, you're not acting in the role the way you want to act. You're taking direction from your directors. So if you look too angry in one of the shots, they're going to tell you to dial it back and retake. And if it's still not what they want, they're going to do as many takes as it takes to get the right facial expression for the shots they want. I've actually been an extra in a movie, so I got to have a backdoor look at how things ran. And you'd be surprised, a 5-minute scene can actually take 2 to 3 hours to record. So however the actors appeared in each scene, they were directed to look a certain way. So that's why you had like all these memes that came out of the first season. So a couple days ago, Season 2 started, and I was right away, like I knew I was going to do reviews for it, but I just didn't expect it to be the show to come out this early. I thought it was going to be in middle of September. I was like, oh man, all right, let's get this over with. So today I sat down and watched back-to-back episodes 1 and 2, and I gotta say, Season 2 so much better than Season 1. It's a lot easier to watch. There's something that I noticed, so I'll direct you guys to look over here. So over here, you guys are gonna see that we're gonna have both seasons, Season 1 and Season 2, and it shows you all the writers that worked on the show. So they had about 8 writers total that worked on Season 1, 7 or 8 actors. You guys can do the counting. And what you notice in Season 1, all but 2 episodes were written by 2 to even 4 writers. So everybody had some sort of input in the story on an episode by episode basis, and they would change the writers around. Sometimes they would take these 2 writers, put them together with these writers, and then switch them with another team afterwards. And everything was written strangely, because that's what happens when things are written and made as a community. This person wants this in it, that person wants that in it, and in the end, whatever original story you had, if you were the lead for it, gets washed away by what other people wanted to add to the story. So in Season 2, you're going to see all but 2 episodes are written by 1 person per episode. So that's also another way that it's very easy to say, like in Season 1, it's very difficult to point the finger at who was at fault, who made the show so terrible, because it was written by so many people and alternating between so many different groups of people. So everybody's just, no, I didn't make the show bad. This person made the show bad. No, they made the show bad. This group made the show bad. When in reality, it was a concerted effort. Whereas the second season, the reason why I feel it is written so much better is it's because it's one writer per episode. I think it should just be one writer for the entire season or the entire show. So that way, if season 2 fails, all they'll do is look at episode by episode and say, well, this episode had the most disconnect of drop in viewers, so you caused this. How much did we put into your episode? 90 million. So it's going to be a lot easier for people to point fingers at the actual culprits of the show, and that also forced people to write a lot better. So the other thing apart from that, remember the arrogance and the cockiness that I mentioned for season 1? In season 2, there's no cockiness. There's no arrogance. Even, I remember the first time I saw Galadriel in season 2, I was ready. I was okay, brace for impact, brace for the cringe. Nope. Even Galadriel, at least in the 2 episodes that I saw, acts like a normal human being. She gets humbled, and she is humble at that point. And I was actually really surprised. I was like, I remember finishing the first episode, I'm like, there are a few things from the episode that I didn't like, but as a whole, it was well made. So the 2 things that I'm going to give both seasons, 1 and 2, is the visuals. They always knock it out of the ballpark, especially season 2. Man, I'm not going to talk too much about the shows. I'm just talking to you guys how I feel about the 2 seasons. Both seasons, superb visuals. The other thing, even though they have so many freaking writers, the writers they have are actually talented, and they are pretty damn smart, because the style of English that it's written is not an easy style to write for. You know, that Shakespearean Old English style of speaking that we don't do anymore today, and we don't really see that much anymore in our modern media. That is really difficult to write for. So even in season 1, the writing style was good, the story was bad, and the dialogue was cringe because it was so arrogant and cocky, undeservedly. And in the season 2, when you remove the arrogance and the cockiness, everybody is on a level playing field, and it's a much more enjoyable show to watch for it. The story in season 2 is hella darker than the first season. So now I'm going to talk about some of the actors. Elrond, I've always liked Elrond from the first season. I've always liked him, and that has not changed in this season so far either. He's always been my favorite guy. Now, Adar has changed. So the original actor that played Adar, he's gone, and they replaced him with another guy. And honestly, I prefer the guy from the first season. He was actually a part of the show that I did like, because he was a great actor. The new guy is also a good actor, but he had more range. That actor in the first season had a lot more range than the new guy. So even though this guy plays such an evil person, he did a good job at expressing his evilness. But also, don't forget, to be who he is also requires a lot of sacrifice. To be an evil person, you have to do evil stuff. And I like to think that no matter how evil somebody is, there is still some shred of humanity. And that first actor did a great job portraying that. Like, sometimes you would see him like with tears in his eyes, right as he's doing something terrible. And his last scene in the first season was great, and I was like, okay, I can't wait. If I watch season 2, at least I'll have this guy to look forward to. Season 1, I was apprehensive about the actor they chose for Sauron, but in season 2, I think this guy is perfect. he has a lot more range than I gave him credit for. He had like one thing I like to do when I'm watching, not just movies but even videos, is I like to watch people's micro expressions, like how their expressions change as they're talking, because you can also tell a lot about a person in those micro expressions as they're talking. Sometimes they're gonna the real intentions will betray them in those micro expressions. I love watching this guy's micro expressions because he's always like his character. He's always in it. Like he kind of seems like he's a method actor. I don't know if he is or not, but that's how good I think his portrayal of Sauron is. When he needs to be likable, he's very likable, and then within a second, he drops his look, and it's perfect. So great job on choosing that guy. And when I really think about it, everybody they chose for the roles, in the end, they are good fits for the roles that they picked. So like I said, this is up until episode 2 that I've watched. There is a scene that I saw Asmongold reacting, and it's the orc scene. I'm not gonna say more than that. I made a tweet about it, but then I deleted it because I didn't want to jump to too many conclusions. I want to watch the episode and then give my thoughts on it, because it really does seem stupid, and that would be the really stupidest thing in season 2 so far. So there's going to be 8 episodes. I don't know if I'm going to be reviewing all 8 episodes, but they're most likely going to be in groups of 2. Like Galadriel, because she isn't so overbearing and she doesn't have that needless arrogance that they gave her direction to act like she did in the first season, she is easier to watch and her character is a lot more likable. When she's humbled, she is humble, and she continues with that personality. You can tell that there's parts where she doesn't like the direction that she was given by her captain, the golden elf, the Elon Musk looking elf, but like a good soldier, being part of a team, she follows the orders, and she doesn't mouth off or whatever. She might make suggestions, but it's done in a appropriate manner to the situation. So like I said, like everybody is great. So everybody, the other ones that like the dwarves, love them or hate them, I always thought they were entertaining. I remember in season 1 where Durbin's wife, the black dwarf, has mutton chops. So here's the thing: like I never made fun of the character for that, because dwarves tend to actually be hairy. Even if you watch the original trilogy of Lord of the Rings, even Gimli says it's hard to distinguish male dwarves from female dwarves because they look so similar. And they do have facial hairs. They're all short and stocky. You're not going to find a skinny, malnourished dwarf, will you? Yeah, so that's my take on season 2, episodes 1 and 2. So I think they are both well-written episodes. I do think the show is off to a good start so far. Hopefully they continue it, because man, this is a lot of money. You guys need to stop wasting money. I'm not going to say too much more than that about it, but you guys have to stop wasting the money. You have to stop protesting the customer, protesting the viewer, and just do your jobs and make good movies, good TV shows, good video games, and we will watch. We will play. We will eat. Consumers consume, right? Feed us. So stupid. I don't understand how these people don't get it. So, am I recommending season 2? Absolutely. Am I telling you to go watch season 2? Bro, think for yourself. If you liked what I said, then go watch it. And I have noticed a lot of people are reviewing the show, and I don't think a lot of them did actually watch the episodes. I mean, each one is an hour. You guys have the subscription, I'm assuming. So I always respect a movie reviewer that talks about both positives and negatives, instead of only focusing strictly on negatives or trying to find any way that they could spin something in a negative light because they want to appease their negative audiences. I don't want a negative audience. I want a balanced, normal audience. That's what I want. All right, so 4 things behind me. 2 books that I recommend. One of them is missing because I gave it as a gift to a friend of mine. 3 Body Problem. So these are all written by Cixin Liu. 3 Body Problem. Death's End. No, 3 Body Problem. The Dark Forest. Death's End. Written by Cixin Liu. There is a Netflix show. Watch the Chinese version instead, much better. 2 games, Silent Hill 3 and Silent Hill 4. My 2 favorite Silent Hill games. October 8th, come back for Silent Hill 2 remake videos. Guys, I have tons of videos with a bunch of playlists. Give them a check if you guys enjoyed the video so far. Bookmark my channel, because even if you guys turn on notifications, you will not get recommended my videos. If this is the first time you guys are shown my videos and you liked it, welcome. Again, bookmark the channel, subscribe if you feel like it, but check back because you will likely not get my videos recommended to you again. If you were recommended my video and you do not watch gaming videos or movie review videos, I'm sorry, I have nothing to do with how YouTube distributes videos. It's completely on them. Please don't negatively rate your experience or the channel. I have nothing to do with this, but this is a perfect way that YouTube uses to negatively rate a channel. That way the algorithm is justified in not recommending videos from that channel. I have almost 20,000 hours of watch time in the past 5 years of content creation. People enjoy what I make. Sorry that you guys were recommended a video that should never have been recommended to you. Please just ignore the surveys. All right, but if you did enjoy the video regardless, give it a good survey result. God, I feel like I'm at work. All right, guys, so I appreciate you guys giving me some of your time today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for the next one. As always, stay stellar. I'll catch you on the next one. Juga Vega out. Later.